fans, do you want to win your share of $100,000? Simply enter the houseofboxing.com Fight Night Prediction Challenge. Compete with boxing fans around the world. Simply head over to houseofboxing.com and sign up now.
This is Lewis Hart for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store and houseofboxing.com. Delighted to be joined with the Albanian King, Mr. Florian Marku. Having a bit of downtime now after September the 1st. It's been 2 months since your last fight. How have we been there? How's things been?
It's been really good. I'm training, of course, every day and spending a little bit of time with my family.
Absolutely. Well, we'll get on to sort of just touching on your last fight. After having the long layoff from August till September, about 13 months out of the ring, you didn't waste no time in making quick work of Dylan Moran. Was that such a relief to be back in out of the ring? Was it a good feeling for you?
I was training really hard for this fight. We was working on different things, you know, not only about power, but I was working a lot of my condition, my technique, to wait for my time, and that's why I didn't throw a punch, you know, for 1 minute 54 seconds on 1 minute, and then when I throw it land, because I want to fight different, to fight not for the fans. I want to fight for me and to finish the job for me, not for how the people want to see the fight. Because before I was going to the fight like crazy, I was losing my condition, doing things to impress others. But no, now is a different kind of game plan.
Do you feel like you've had a switch in your mentality there with you saying that, where you look at, instead of, you always want to entertain anyway, but the most important for you is being safe and winning. Do you feel like you've had that little switch in your mentality?
Tell me once more.
Do you feel like from what you're saying there, do you feel like you've had a switch in your mentality where you're not always trying to, impress others or entertain the fans, but really the most important thing for you is, get a win amongst your name and be home healthy and safe?
I want to entertain. I want to knock people out, but when the right time is, I don't want to force nothing, without losing my technique, losing my condition, losing my, because sometimes in my last fights, I was doing things only the fans to be happy, like, oh, yes, he's chasing that. I was putting my hands down. Now I think I want to be a complete boxer, proper boxer, waiting for my time. And when the right time is, I'm taking and I'm knocking him out. And that is what I'm planning. And that's is the way that I'm training right now.
And for yourself, obviously you had that time off, had the hand surgery, had the injury. You're someone that you love to fight. Was that a difficult time for you to sort of get over everything like that when you couldn't be as active as you wanted to be?
It was a really hard time. One of the most difficult times of me, being out of the ring so long, and I knew that I will have 3 fights if I didn't have the injury, but everything is written by God, and I cannot change nothing. My destiny is my destiny, and is a reason why everything happens like it happens for my life. And when my life ends, then we're gonna see the story of it, But then we cannot judge, and we cannot say why it happens, why, and I wanted that. No, I don't say that. God planned it like this, and I'm happy for what happened.
Absolutely. And with what you mentioned there, you said about just working your technique, working your development. For someone like you, where boxing always wasn't your first discipline, you've done a lot of kickboxing, other martial arts as well. How important is it that that now you're learning to just like that transition from kickboxing to boxing now, when you're really sort of finding your feet and you're finding comfortable in this, in just sort of throwing your hands?
I want to show to the people that if you put your mind and your heart to something, you can achieve. I started with kickboxing. I did really well. I started with MMA. I did really well, but it is completely different from boxing. MMA to boxing is, and now I'm doing also good in boxing. And I want, till I win the world title, I want to prove to the people that if you really love something, you can make it. And that's my thing. That's my mentality.
Absolutely. And, whilst you're thriving in the gym, it isn't just you that's thriving in the gym. There's so many others in your gym, Dawn Smith, Sonny Edwards, all these types of guys. How when Grant Smith is proven to be one of the best trainers, and, that the gym is proven to be one of the best in the UK, for yourself to be a part of that, how exciting is that for you that you're in a gym that is, flying high at the moment?
Uh, I'm really happy. My relation to all the guys is very good. We have a great team. We support each other, and yeah, we're gonna take over.
We'll talk about Sonny. Obviously, he's fighting Bam Rodriguez on 16th of December. What do you think about that fight? How do you think that will go?
What?
Sonny Edwards.
Yes, Sunny about Bam. Sunny, of course, gonna outbox the Bam. I think Sunny is a really good fighter, really born technical fighter. But now
Mhm.
he's putting a lot of work, and you're gonna see a different Sunny, more muscles. He put some muscle weight. She didn't stop sparring. I think for the last, I don't know, from his last fight, he never stopped sparring, training really hard every day. And I think he's more prepared than ever for this fight.
Absolutely. Well, from one big fight to another big fight, we'll get onto yourself after stopping Dylan Moran in a round. You're someone that you want the big fights. Do you feel like now you're in the prime position to be getting the big fights? Josh Taylor was the name that's mentioned, and so many other people were you've mentioned before. Do you feel like that is a possibility now? Not just the Josh Taylor fight, but being the big fights anyway.
Of course, if it's not now the time, when it will be. Look, the only reason that these guys doesn't fight is because they know how dangerous I am. That's the only reason why somebody will not take good money. I have a big follow base. They offer him big money. People gonna love this fight. In UK, everybody gonna see it. It's a fight that people want to see. Why guy will not accept this fight is because he afraid and he know that I can beat him. That's the only way. The reason.
Absolutely, definitely. Well, there is obviously talk of an offer being sent to Josh Taylor. With that fight potentially being in Scotland, is that an exciting thing that you bring all the Albanian fans yourself up to Scotland?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. In the ring, I will be me with him. Nobody can help him or nobody can help me. In the ring, we will be together. And yes, it doesn't matter where I will fight.
Definitely. Do you, with what do you make of Josh Taylor's last couple of performances with that potential fight? Obviously, potentially lost many arguments that he lost to Jack Catterall, lost to Teofimo Lopez. Do you take confidence from his last performances?
I think now, if we fight, he will be much more prepared in a better mindset. He'll be more like a dog. He will try to push harder because of his loss, and many people write him bad and talk bad about him. I think this is gonna motivate him a lot. But that doesn't change at all because me, I have this mindset from where I remember when I remember myself.
And with that mindset, fighting someone like Josh Taylor, who been undisputed, had so many accolades in the professional game, does that challenge really excite you that you're fighting against a guy who has achieved so much in the professional game, and what his achievements he has, you want to achieve that one day as well?
Yes, I will achieve it with a God's will. I will achieve it. But till when that happens, I must prove it to the world because it's different what I say, different what I do. If this is a good fight for me to show what I can do in this kind of level because Josh with the other fighters that I had is a one level uh, up, and this is a fight that I can show to the people. Oh, they will start taking me really really serious. They will say this guy is a really big problem, and then they gonna understand why so many of these big names avoid me.
Is that a frustrating thing when you talk about people avoiding you, and you talked about there if beating Josh Taylor would gain you a lot of respect? Do you feel like you still have to earn a lot of respect from a lot of people?
I think the people that know boxing or have seen me closely, they knows how I am that I fight that I can be a really really aggressive, but when the fight is to show my boxing skills, I have done it, and the smart people knows, and these guys that they doesn't accept the fight with me, they are very smart, or their team is very smart because they know that they cannot beat me. I will find the way inside of the ring to beat them, and that's the way that it doesn't. The reason that's why they don't accept.
Absolutely, definitely. And another thing I wanted to talk to you about is you had the homecoming in Albania, and that was such an incredible spectacle for yourself. Do you dream of one day wanting to go back to Albania, fighting there?
Yeah, for sure, it will happen. It will happen again. But now we don't have our plans to be there again. You know, now we are focused in the world title and chasing these big fights.
And you know the support from the Albanians. You know, you call yourself the Albanian King. They do see you as sort of a king over there. That mentality from sort of that whole mentality for yourself that you have a whole country behind you. How much do you embrace that when you fight? And you know, you embrace so many sort of people around you supporting you. And they sort of, you know, when you're in the ring, it's not just you fighting, but you know, you've got the whole of Albania behind you.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's different, not difficult. It's a different mindset, different. I'm really happy because I'm making when I fought there in a football stadium, I made my dream came true, you know, and I was really happy. People that like Prime Minister and all these big guys of Albania waiting for me. Yeah, it was a different big moment for me.
Do you feel like that gives you an edge in the fight where you've got so much support behind you and the support that not many of your opponents will get? Everyone that you face so far, they certainly haven't had the support that you've had. Do you feel like that does give you a little bit of an edge when you see sort of how many people you know you have to do this for and fight for?
Of course, when you know that so many people support you, you know that something they see in you, you know that they motivate them to keep supporting you. And I'm happy and I cannot let them down. That's why I give my heart when I go to the ring. You will never see me back down, never, till the day that I stop boxing. I don't know what is back down, you know, only if I'm unconscious. And they know that. And that's the thing that I think that they support me.
Absolutely. And just the last one from me. You talk about, you know, believe it, like being with God and in God's plan about being a world champion. How much for yourself do you sort of envisage one day having that belt strapped around your waist and, you know, being the world champion and achieving that dream of for yourself?
It means a lot. It means everything. But I will make it happen. The God still, I will make it happen because if I'm healthy and everything is good, I will make it happen. I will find a way. God gonna give me a way, and I will make it happen. And till then, we have to wait.
Absolutely. Florian, just want to say thank you for taking time to speak to me. Appreciate you obviously chilling, relaxing and training as well. So I do appreciate you taking time to speak to me, mate. Top man. Thank you, mate. Cheers.
Take care, mate. See you. Bye.
Thank you. Cheers. Cheers for that, Joe. Appreciate it, mate.
All good.